Speaking of good songs, Coheed and Cambria, one of our favorite rock bands on the planet right now, released a new song called Shoulders. This is a pretty badass track. I did listen to this one today. They're, one of our favorite heavy prog rock bands. This is the follow-up to their Vaxxus album, which came out in 2018. And they also put out a song called Jesse's Girl 2, which came out last year. It's like a sequel to the famous Rick Springfield song. We've talked about Coheed before. We talked about them a little bit last week when we were talking about that Jimmy Eat World graphic novel and talking about bands that have large narratives in their music. And I don't think it gets any bigger than Coheed. I'm not sure how this track ties into their Amory. Sorry, I was going to say Armory, to the Amory Wars storyline that they've had throughout their albums over the years. But it's cool. Like for me as a Coheed fan, I like, they're one of my favorite bands that are doing this kind of music, kind of prog rock, but I haven't gone too deep into their catalog. I'm a little bit more of a surface fan. So even if I'm not 100% into the narrative that they're trying to put in their music, their songs stand alone as great songs. And that's the case with this new song, Shoulders. It might have a larger narrative presence and whatever they're trying to put together with the new record, but on its own, it's just a great rock track. And Claudio Sanchez, great vocals, great everything. Love this new Coheed track.
Yeah, man, I dig it too. I think Claudio and those guys, they have a formula that works for doing what they do, and we're very fortunate to be around and witness like them coming, like the build to what has happened in that band over the years. They just get better and better, and if people don't know Coheed, they really took off. They really hit the rocket boosters being on games like Guitar Hero and things like that. I think for a lot of people they weren't aware of them, but songs like Welcome Home ending up on those kind of video games. They're a slick prog rock band, man, and they write super catchy melodies. And they have a whole vibe about them, a whole world to explore. I'm a huge fan of Coheed for sure. And the new song, like you said, man, it's a strong song. They write strong songs, and they're so multi-talented with the storylines and the bringing it back. And the songs don't get sacrificed to just be a song that's associated with a graphic novel. These songs are the meat and potatoes, and everything else falls in line.
Yeah, like the lyrics always tell a story. And it's funny, they have a song called Feathers, which is one of my favorite Coheed songs. Great rock song, like regardless of the lyrics, just great song. So I'm singing along to it. And then, you look at the lyrics, and the lyrics are telling this story that you wouldn't even know about outside of the song. But the song itself is kick-ass. It's still catchy, still great lyrics, still great vocals. So you're saying the song itself isn't sacrificed in favor of the story, right? It's still its own thing. It's like what, maybe if you go see a Marvel movie, right? You watch the Avengers movies, the whole story, but sometimes you just go see that one movie. You just go see Iron Man or Black Panther or whatever, and it's telling its own thing. And that thing has to stand on its own, regardless of the big story. It still has to be a singular experience on its own. So with this new one, you still got to pop it in, and you still got to put up the devil horns, regardless of what's happening with the story. Sure. So it's a cool track. I dig it.
Yeah, me too, man. They're awesome.
Yeah, for sure. I guess we'll put that one in the tracks of the week as well. It's been a couple of weeks since I updated the playlist, so I got to do that, and we'll put the new Coheed in there as well.